Hi everyone, Scott Hansen with you, and this is the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Some big games to get to. We start in Buffalo. The Bills at home to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's the veteran Robert Woods. Playing like street football. Everyone go deep, and this time it works. This is going to wind up as an 85-yard catch and run for the touchdown. The Steelers pull off the big upset. The wild card knocks off the division champ. They're moving on to the divisional round. From there, another big game here in the NFC playoffs. And this is J.J. McCarthy. A 4-yard touchdown pass in the box score. Last but not least, let's go to Baltimore. The Ravens hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. And this is Keaton Mitchell. The team got into the red zone. He gets into the end zone. A 10-yard touchdown run. The Ravens are moving on. The number 3 seed takes care of business in front of their home fans. That'll do it for us. Until next week, Scott Hansen in Orlando. Good night from all of us at EA Sports.
Handsome Lagosian, name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto Vanessa, swoon baby girl I wear out of the stretcher. She be like, you a part-timer, I'm an all-timer. You a viral artist, I will offline you. Stay far from y'all criers, bar for bar sire. Team full of stars and they all fire. I don't spill words, I Spielberg on a beat. Make a movie, yeah, it's the return of the G. Show them the way, cause they real nerds on the street like Braille. The way I make them feel words on the sheet. So good to me.
As far as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out in Power Field at Mile High in Denver. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Denver Broncos. On the visitor's sideline, Steeler head coach Mike Tomlin. His guys pulled off a massive upset over the 2 seed a week ago. Now trying to take it a step further here in the divisional round. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys fresh coming off the bye, ready to prove they are the team to beat in the conference.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
It wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the 1 touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times. And that certainly could be a sign of things to come, because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Throwing is Rodgers. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
On the sneak, Rodgers. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on third down, usually you think fourth down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on third. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. They go to Johnson again. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. the middle to Johnson.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just one.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On play action, Rodgers. Short throw to Smith. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From midfield, here's Rodgers.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. On 4th down, the Steelers called on Corliss Waitman to punt. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
For a guy still in his second year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Franklin.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read,
that's caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice game. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already have what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
Throwing Nix.
Finds his tight end Ingram. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go. But sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have a Broncos first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's Nix.
Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 7-yard line.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. J.K. Dobbins taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos are on the board first here in this division round matchup. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Woods, the receiver, in motion left. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And he's going to be taken down, but flags all over the field, and I don't think this is going to stand. So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton from 13 yards out. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and then go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back though and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Don't worry about your hands, though. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Looking to put a drive together. On play action, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, they got him again. Brandon Jones in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
2nd down
Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver's offense now set to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and, you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Nix from the shotgun. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And it is caught. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
To throw, here's Nix. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Sutton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackled that time by Joey Porter Jr.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
And 6 yards to go.
Now it's Nix. And this is going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a handoff to Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Here's Corliss Waitman now
as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
He'll get that complete to Franklin.
And he'll be tackled right on the chart at a 45. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
To throw is Nix.
There goes a deep ball, end zone.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. They're going. It's Nix.
To his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3-7. scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A short one there to Fryermuth. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it fourth down. Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
You can go both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man, because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him now, as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Nix to the air. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A huge play there for Denver. 44 yards.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Dobbins running out of the gun. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Touchdown! From 6 yards away. And the Broncos continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Luntz good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Luntz to kick it off. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Steeler offense
set to regain possession. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now it's Rodgers. Looking to start for Woods, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Operating from the gun. Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Yards to go.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Operating from the gun. Nix. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there with a 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos are able to add on to their first half lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Let's look down the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series. They need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Rodgers. Going across the formation, he finds Fryermuth. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
That's another Steelers.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. On fourth down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Back to throw. Nix. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon getting set for quarter number 3 here. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And the Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. If they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
112 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Nix. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works a defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he's got his man on the out route. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Looking to put a drive together. Rodgers now to throw.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Ball had his hands on it and couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Throwing Nix. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Broncos send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is fielded at the 27. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So, you know, the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
Now runs straight ahead with Ward. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field mark. Okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing is Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Warren will try the right side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. But Nick Bonito not letting him escape there. He was in instant pursuit off the snap and dropped him behind the line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it.
They'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Broncos and Cortland Sutton heading back out there.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. Let's face it, you can do this in a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he's going to have a Broncos 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the 2nd half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Here's Nix.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Franklin. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Sutton. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 20-yard line.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Harvey. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play. Obviously, instead he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain. Because the offensive guys, they realized their programs out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, trying to get in a sight line, trying to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, you're up. You can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Steelers set to take the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a 1st down on that effort. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And they get him down here about the 42. Going to be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Again, it's Johnson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there in the 1st down.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers. He's got his man. That's Woods on the out route. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Rodgers going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I will hear about that from him soon.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a 4th.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
The Steelers 1st down. 1st and goal, Pittsburgh.
Warren is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. And that touchdown there, it's not going to get him a win. It makes things, a little more respectable.
Yeah, a little more palatable going out in this ball game. A little something to build on going into the next game, but it won't alter the final score.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Now they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
1 yard gain.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open to get to the QB.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. To throw, here's Nix. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
It's fourth down.
They're going. It's Nix. And he is caught. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Working out of the gun is Nix. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sutton. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And Gardner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
First down, Steelers.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Nix. Throw left side complete. That's Sutton. And the Broncos are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's good for the Broncos. First down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as...
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So momentum, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And they knew this would be tough. On the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter.
Looking to put a drive together. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability.
advance the ball from the other.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos, and that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. To try to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Now Rodgers. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Brandon Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following two negative plays. From the gun, it's Rodgers. A short one there at Fryermuth. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 22. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Denver's offense now set to go. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. That one looks like he'll throw here. Nick's going to keep this himself. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Nix from the shotgun. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Franklin. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
That's good. More off Broncos. First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The Broncos going to continue on as we say so long, everybody, and thanks for watching.